Welcome to Movement by Design Self-Myofascial Release, or foam rolling. We're going to start off with the glutes. Take your left leg, set it up onto your right knee. This creates external rotation in the leg, opening up the glute tissue. We're going to roll back and forth and side to side. If you find a spot that is sore or does not move properly, keep rolling on that spot. Take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now we're going to move into the ITB band. It connects in the lateral portion of the leg from the knee to the hip. Remember to roll back and forth and up and down, multi-directional. Use your opposite leg to plant and to create momentum to push you back and forth. If you ever find a spot that is sensitive, you can tack and then stretch over it, or you can flex the area and then relax into it, going deeper into that tissue to help release those adhesions. The hip flexor. Small piece of tissue that flexes the hips. When we sit at desks all day, this tissue becomes chronically tightened. The quadriceps. This helps to extend the leg. Also can become very tight when we sit down for long periods of time. So we want to roll back and forth on the front portion of the leg and side to side. The quads will typically be a very sore spot, so take your time and go slow. The adductors will be on the inside portion of the leg. One leg will be off of the foam roller, the other side will be on the inside of the leg. Roll back and forth, releasing that tissue. Remember to go side to side also. Now we're going to switch sides and we're going to do the same thing on the opposite leg. Leg up onto the knee, externally rotating, opening up the space for the glutes. There are multiple tissues in that area: glute minimus, glute medius, piriformis, gemuli, and many more. ITB band, side of the leg, from the top of the knee to the top of the hip. Up and down and back and forth. Notice how I'm creating a little more weight by keeping both feet off of the ground. This just helps us to get deeper into that tissue. Hip flexor. Quads. Remember the front of the leg, up and down and back and forth. Remember, when you find areas that are very sensitive, there are a few different techniques you can use. The tack and stretch, so tack on the sensitive area and stretch across it. The deep breath and release, and also the flex and relax. These all help get deeper into the tissue and release those adhesions. Adductors, the inside tissue of the leg. Notice how I found a spot that's a little more active. I spend a little more time on that spot. Now we're going to move into thoracic extension. Again, when we spend a lot of time at a desk, we start to lose our thoracic extension. First, we're going to roll over the thoracic spine, hugging ourselves, opening up the scapulas, creating a space for us to roll. We will roll from the base of the neck all the way down to just above the lower spine, keeping it out of the lordosis. Now we'll move into extending the thoracic spine over the foam roller. Try and keep your bum on the ground and your feet down. Hugging yourself will help you open up that thoracic spine also. Putting your fingers, interlocking them behind your neck, trying to touch your elbows in front. This will prevent you from extending the neck back and really focusing on the extension of the thoracic spine. Now we're going to roll to the side and start to open up the rib cage a bit. Notice how my butt is still in contact with the ground. The fulcrum is the foam roller, spreading that rib cage open. Now we're going to move into the lats. Let the foam roller sit in your armpit. You're going to open your body up to about 45 degrees facing the ceiling. This is another area that will be typically sore on most people. Go slow, up and down, back and forth. When you find a spot that is very sensitive, remember your techniques. Deep breathing, tack and stretch, and flex and release. Now we're going to use a lacrosse ball to get deeper into smaller muscles. Start off with the feet. Roll back and forth, side to side, front and back, releasing the tissue in the feet. If you can handle putting weight on it, try and put as much weight into that ball as you can. Again, find the spots that are sensitive, tack and stretch, flex and relax, deep breathing. Now let's move into the posterior shoulder. This area again will be very sensitive on most people. Set the ball in the posterior shoulder, bring the arm to about 90 degrees, find an area that's sensitive, and then move through your ranges of motion. Internal, external rotation. Once you feel that release, move to other areas. Notice how I'm rolling on the ball and then finding an area that is very sensitive. Then I'm going through my internal and external rotation of the shoulder, trying to release that tissue that is stuck. Now we're going to move into the pec minor. Take your opposite hand, place it onto your breast near your armpit. Stick the ball in the webbing of your thumb and finger. Put your heel of your hand on the ball, your opposite heel of your hand on the ball, elbows high, rock them back and forth, pushing the ball down towards the floor. And repeat. Now we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Remember to keep the elbows high and drive the ball towards the floor. This is attack and stretch.